This is going to be a good one as well with Fabian Melz on the left side, Paco Schmidt, Dylan Moriarty, and Tommy Mertz could be the spoiler in this one. He's on the right-hand side. He's in a tough gate, though.
Yeah, but Tommy's been great out of the gate lately, but look at this. Hey, Dylan Moriarty with a great start. Paco Schmidt right there with him. Dylan Moriarty, Paco Schmidt, 1 and 2. Fabian Melz is in a bit of trouble back there. Tommy Mertz almost going down, but Tommy Mertz has an opportunity right here. He passes. He is now sitting right behind Dylan Moriarty. Speed there at that section, 52 kilometers per hour. They are running at a clip. Dylan Moriarty, Tommy Mertz, Paco Schmidt. Oh, look at this battle right there. And Paco Schmidt just gets clipped, and it's going.
5-second warning.
Good start by Johansson there on the inside line. Couple of yellow jerseys out there. Oh my goodness.
Fabian Melz has got to get away from Mickey Johansson.
Yeah, Mickey Johansson there is in second place behind Dylan Moriarty. Fabian Melz, though, he's got a great kick at the end of these runs. He's got plenty of juice in the tank. Look at the air time. Wow, that is fantastic. Moriarty's, going hard into the boards with losing both of them. Lost a bit of an edge here in that 180-degree turn.
What a
and
battle.
Now, this is a great battle. Fabian Melz and Johansson both looking for any extra bit of room on course. And a great move on the inside by Fabian Melz. Is going to be a big, long stride. This is the last heat in the round of 32. Tristan Duchardil, Dean Moriarty, Derek Wedge, and Jake Plante. Oh, the anticipation is killing me. Dean Moriarty, Tristan Duchardil, good start for both of them. Moriarty and Duchardil in the lead at the moment.
They got to stay out of each other's way.
Yeah, that's basically what they have to do now. Tristan Duchardil takes over the lead. Dean Moriarty's in second place.
And
wow, look at
Derek
the speed
Wedge
on this one. And Derek Wedge is in the third spot, but you know what? He's not going to let him get too far away. 52 kilometers an hour. We may well see that get faster as the evening wears on. Duchardil still out in front. Dean Moriarty right on his tail, though. Will Moriarty try an inside line here? Derek Wedge ends up going backwards here, and little moonwalk across the finish line as Tristan Duchardil and Dean Moriarty will move on to the next round. Back to the top here with our next heat. Dean Moriarty, Michael Urban, and Derek Wedge, along with Bruno Richard. Dean Moriarty, one of those guys that's been looking really good.
Lots of speed in this heat.
Focus on Derek Wedge. Dean Moriarty with a great start. Derek Wedge struggling a bit as he gets moved to the outside there behind Michael Urban. But Dean Moriarty, what can you say about this kid? He was my dark horse. He goes high on that wall ride at the slingshot, and he really uses it for what it's meant to be, a slingshot to generate some speed. And Derek Wedge sitting now back in third place. He's got to work here to get some speed up to catch up to Michael Urban and pass him. Oh, and Wedge hips check the board. And it's Michael Urban that makes the pass on Dean Moriarty. And here comes Bruno Richard trying to get that all-important second place qualifying spot. And it is a dead heat for second place here. Oh my goodness. Derek Wedge eliminated in the round of 32. But wait a minute, another review, Doug.
You know, you can pick and choose your spot, but I gotta believe it's this little threesome coming together right after the tabletop.
Yeah, a little bit of contact in that corner right there, and there's the hip check on the boards by Derek Wedge. He wasn't checking anybody in particular. He just came in a little too hot to that corner.
One of the big keys for Michael Urban is that he really stayed out of trouble. He was able to navigate the course and get to the bottom in probably his best time.
Philippe Dumoulin, Derek Wedge, a former world champion, and Maxime Vachon.
5-second warning.
And as predicted, it is Dean Moriarty with a great start, and Derek Wedge right there. Derek went really wild into that corner, but stayed on his feet. And that's that skiing background from Derek Wedge that we always talk about, that air awareness and that ability to absorb those bumps and keep those skates on the ice. Fantastic. And it's, look at this, Louis-Philippe Dumoulin, LPD, right there with them. There was our speed trap, 50 kilometers an hour. Dean Moriarty, Derek Wedge, 1 and 2, opening up a little bit of space on LPD, Louis-Philippe Dumoulin. So Dean Moriarty keeps his hopes of a world championship title alive here. That is a great race, and Derek Wedge, he is just stoked to be out there and having fun with the boys.
This is going to be a good one as well with Fabian Melz on the left side. Paco Schmidt, Dylan Moriarty, and Tommy Mertz could be the spoiler in this one. He's on the right-hand side. He's in a tough gate, though.
Yeah, but Tommy's been great out of the gate lately, but look at this. Hey, Dylan Moriarty with a great start. Paco Schmidt right there with him. Dylan Moriarty, Paco Schmidt, 1 and 2. Fabian Melz is in a bit of trouble back there. Tommy Mertz almost going down, but Tommy Mertz has an opportunity right here. He passes. He is now sitting right behind Dylan Moriarty. Speed there at that section, 52 kilometers per hour. They are running at a clip. Dylan Moriarty, Tommy Mertz, Paco Schmidt. Oh, look at this battle right there. And Paco Schmidt just gets clipped, and it's going to be Fabian Melz across the line in third place, and Paco Schmidt finally comes across. So Melz and Schmidt both eliminated. A great, great battle by Tommy Mertz. Dean Moriarty, he's been one of my favorite skaters to watch just because he's been so stellar out of the gate and such a fantastic guy on the jumps. John Fisher is in there, Adam Horst, and Gabriel Renault. It's an all-Canadian heat here.
Riders, ready! 5-second warning!
Dean Moriarty with a good start, but boy, John Fisher, Adam Horst, they're all right there with him. He sneaks into the lead through the Dutch mountains, and there is a garage sale going on, parts everywhere. Dean Moriarty, Adam Horst, 1 and 2. John Fisher working into third place there, trying to catch up as they head up Carson Bridge. Dean Moriarty still with it. Look at the style he's throwing down. Wow, just love to watch how he jumps, and he has fun with those jumps. Adam Horst, a quick look back. He sees Fish right on his tail. John Fisher opting to go wide. Look for the hard move on the inside by Fisher. I don't think it's going to happen for him. Ooh, we may go under review here, but I think it's going to be Adam Horst.
Dean Moriarty just fly out of the gate into that first feature, pops up top. He's handling the big air with the best of the guys in this business. They go into that sweeping left-hand turn. Then it's coming up to this section that I absolutely love because it separates the men from the boys. Adam Horst gets a little turn as John Fisher spins out. Then the big air coming from Dean Moriarty to the delight of the crowd here in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I think doing those things makes you more comfortable on the track and more comfortable with yourself. And I mean, I had a little room, so I do it for the fans.
2 rounds into the race in Belfast, all of the favourites still on course towards the top spots. The competition was only...
Let's hear you sing it!
Great next heat coming your way, folks. Dean Moriarty is in this one. Dan Whitty of the United States, Mintanen of Finland, and Siver Lundqvist of the United States.
Riders ready! 5-second warning!
Dean Moriarty in pink, the top seed in this heat. Here we go. Heat number 5 in the men's round of 32. Top 2 advance.
Janne Peter Mintanen having a bit of a slow start there in yellow in the back there. Siver Lundqvist in third place. That's a tough spot for him to be in. He's got to try and get past Dan Whitty. Dean Moriarty out in front. Dan Whitty in second place. Siver Lundqvist got to stay on his feet and maybe think that one of the guys out front is going to make a mistake. Dan Whitty, Dean Moriarty. Wow, that was a quick race right there. About the cleanest one we've seen with all 4 guys coming across and no carnage.
Dan Whitty, no youngster from New Prague, Minnesota at 31 years old.
Ooh, that makes me think I might be able to train and race next year. Not.
Yeah, I feel confident. I have family here. The crowd's awesome. The track is beautiful. The ice conditions are 100%. And yeah, I feel like I could do it this one.
Tense.
Yeah, that is an insane amount of concentration by Scott Croxall. Little mistake there, but he manages to keep it together and get through the rollers semi-okay. But right now, he is really in tough because he has got Dean Moriarty right on his tail. He does a little hip check there. Dean Moriarty makes a pass. Oh my goodness, Killian Brown goes down. Scott Croxall is now sitting in 3rd place behind Dean Moriarty. He's got some work cut out for him. Here's where the advantage of Scott's size over Dean Moriarty comes into play. Tristan Dujardille's got this one.
Whoa.
It's going to be close to the finish line. I think it might go to Scott Croxall, and that is going to be a photo finish, which is why we're seeing under review. I don't think any pushing and shoving went on in that one. Wow, what a battle for Scott Croxall. Will he make it to the final, or will he be eliminated by Dean Moriarty? It's going to be a close call. Let's see.
Didn't put out my foot. I was going so fast to stretch out my foot. It's kind of hard, but Scott did it well. That's why he's in the finals. But I'm happy here in Germany. Atmosphere is crazy, and I'm good with that. Let's go. Started the event. I couldn't do the rollers, but now I'm kind of liking them. I got the hang of them. I'm going fast through them, and the big air at the end give the fans something they want. Show everyone the Diener right there, and spread out, and that's my move. So I try to do it for the people, and we're gonna try to keep doing it the whole night.
Dean Moriarty from Canada, Big Colt Haywood also of Canada, Matt Johnson of the U.S., who had a solid round of 64, and John Fisher of Canada. So 3 Canadians, 1 American, in front of a big crowd of German fans.
Dean Moriarty again with that great start. Oh my goodness! I think I just saw John Fisher. Was it go do a loop? Right now we've got Dean Moriarty and Colton Haywood out in front. Now it was Matt Johnson that did a header up at the top of the course. Colton Haywood going for the Daffy over that setup jump. Dean Moriarty goes down, but he gets the win on this one. Colton Haywood right there with him. That looks almost like a repeat of their round of 64 heat. They were both in it together. John Fisher and Matt Johnson both eliminated from competition. It was definitely Matt Johnson who did that front roll, we'll call it, up there. I think it was on the rollers, actually.
I was telling you earlier, maybe in some of these events we should play some judges at the bottom and you score an extra point for throwing a big trick. Something cool at the bottom.
Heating or racing style contest. Let's keep an eye right here as they come into the rollers. Matt Johnson tries to double the first 2 and suck up the last one, but he just mistimed it a little bit, did a front roll, a little front flip there. Meanwhile, Dean Moriarty and Colton Haywood held onto this one. One more look at it. Yeah, he knuckled the top of the second roller and didn't have the control for the third one. John Fisher had trouble up there as well. And look at the style. Yeah, there you go. Style points for Dean Moriarty as he comes across that big finish jump. The landing will have to dock him a couple of points, I think, you know.
Yeah, he just stepped in.
All right, moving back to the top of the course. Reed Whiting, one of the other favorite Americans, going up against Dylan Moriarty, Janis Lutholf, and Fabian Melz. Yeah, and Reed has been training a little bit differently with his skating. I mean, he's been strength training and doing all the things that he needs to do, but, you know, he's skating a different style. He's learning a different style of skating, and there we go with Dylan Moriarty out in front, Reed Whiting in second place. Janis Lutholf sitting in third, and Fabian Melz bringing up the rear. And the big German, those long legs aren't really doing much for him now as he's sitting back there. This is his opportunity on this big straightaway here to the step-up rollers. But Dylan Moriarty, what
Everybody
a great
clean.
job by him and Reed Whiting. Those guys will both advance to the next round.
You can see Reed Whiting just sort of know he's got second place sewn up, so why expend more energy than you need to?
Exactly. Don't waste it, and don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, stay on your feet. So Dylan Moriarty and Reed Whiting with a great job there. Both of those guys qualifying for the next round. We take a look back up to the top of the course and our first heat of the quarterfinals. Dean Moriarty, Adam Horst, Tristan Dujardil, and Michael Johansson.
The important thing here for Adam Horst and Dean Moriarty, even Tristan Dujardil, that's get out of the gate quickly.
Dean Moriarty, fantastic start. Adam Horst right there with them. Keep an eye on the candy cane and the man in red. Dean Moriarty, Adam Horst with the red armband on. Adam Horst, excuse me, he's got the blue armband on. Dean Moriarty, I can't even tell what color Dean Moriarty's wearing. He's got that crazy uniform on. No matter what, though, Dean's out in front. Adam Horst now
Tristan
just been
Dujardil
passed.
with a great pass.
Tristan Dujardil with a great pass. I was just saying, Adam Horst trying to keep his wits about him is now sitting in third place, so he's in the elimination spot now. Tristan Dujardil and Dean Moriarty. Oh, good job by Tristan Dujardil to make it. Dean Moriarty, the fastest guy from our time trial, once again proves that he is right there among the speediest guys out the gate.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Tristan Dujardil only needed one section to get his pass in.
Well, you know, and we saw there, too, that Tristan was actually dead last out of the gate.
These guys hit speeds of up to 60 kilometers an hour. That's about 37, 38 miles an hour. And, you know, anything can happen. And Dujardil made things happen. He looked for that opening and was able to seize the moment.
And it was here that we see him moving ahead of Adam Horst. And there you see Dujardil's skates coming across well ahead of Adam. You know, unfortunately for our Canadian friend Adam, he is eliminated in the quarterfinals, but Dean Moriarty and Tristan Dujardil moving on. All right, next heat, Dean Moriarty, John Fisher, Michael Urban, Daniel Guola.
Tons of speed in this heat.
Yeah, tons of speed. Fisher, Guola, Moriarty, I mean, hello. It is a quick one. Michael Urban moving out in front, though, with Daniel Guola and Dean Moriarty, but this time it's Moriarty taking advantage of a small mistake by Daniel Guola. John Fisher sitting well back in fourth place, and Guola goes down. Fisher trying his best to catch up, but look at this guy. Man, oh man, Michael Urban way out in front. Dean Moriarty now. Look at this kid, Dean Moriarty. What an incredible skater. Where did he come from?
He's been one of those guys that's really dominated throughout this kind of a course. It's a speed and power course towards the bottom of the course, and Dean Moriarty has figured this out one.
Well, Dean Moriarty and Michael Urban are both going to the semifinals. This was a great battle up top.
I was about to say that John Fisher needs to get a little more aggressive sitting in fourth spot. He tried to get a little more aggressive, and that's when he toe-picked and lost it.
And there it is again. It's that slingshot corner, that bank turn with the wall ride aspects that is just really wreaking havoc on everybody as those grooves get deep, coming hard into that corner. All right, so there you go, Dean Moriarty, Michael Urban. Good job, guys. You're moving on to the semifinals.
I think I'm gonna have the red bib because I had a good time trial, so try to get out front, and stay on my feet.
So here we go. It is the final here in Moscow, folks. Marco Delago, Dean Moriarty, Cameron Naas, and Kim Miller waiting on our start official. Gate start is clean, and we are on course for the final. Oh, and the battle is on. Dean Moriarty out in front, ahead of Cameron Naas, and bringing up the rear, Marco Delago. Kim Miller just got past, however, so now it is Delago working his way up through the pack.
Oh, Naas lost it.
My goodness, Marco Delago, lucky to be good, good to be lucky, manages to get past some carnage. He's out in front with Cameron Naas in second place as they come through.
Naas passed him.
Naas, what a fantastic job. And here comes Kim Miller. Dean Moriarty struggling a little bit at the back end. And the big legs of Kim Miller working hard. Cameron Naas wins it here in Moscow with Marco Delago in second place. Kim Miller will be on the podium in third, and Dean Moriarty in his first final ever is fourth. Unbelievable. Cameron Naas is getting absolutely mobbed by everybody.
Look at the start from Cameron Naas and the way he was able to get out of the gate. Moriarty got tied up with Naas. Naas decides, I'm a vet, I'll let him go, because I know I can pick him off in the next corner.
Yeah, and Moriarty did a great job. I mean, that was quite the tangle of bodies coming out the gate, and I was a little bit surprised to see Marco Delago trailing everybody, but then the smooth gliding that he had through that section gets him into a great position ahead of Kim Miller.
Cameron Naas does a great job going into this left-hand corner, then coming out of the sweeper right here. He takes advantage of Moriarty, lost his balance, gets right back up. This is when Delago's in front, but Naas doesn't give up.
Wow, what a job by Marco Delago to come from dead last. He led it for a portion there, and Cameron Naas, showing his absolute power and speed, moves back into first place in the last sprint to the finish.
What a great job by Cameron Naas.
This is going to be great as we head towards Quebec, because Cameron Naas does have the opportunity to become world champion if he has enough points ahead of Marco Delago in Quebec. Athletes are on course. It's been a great start, but look at this. Dean Moriarty out to the hole shot. Kyle Croxall right behind him. Dean Moriarty's got to be nervous knowing that a big body like Kyle Croxall is right with him, and Croxall takes over the lead. Croxall out in front. Dean Moriarty losing some ground now through the waves. Kyle Croxall using that big body that we talked about earlier, those great big strides, and his fitness level is clearly up to snuff.
Yeah, he's
Dean
off the
Moriarty in
charts.
second place. He is in good shape right now. Dean Moriarty, Dan Whitty in third place, Cameron Naas back there in fourth. Let's see if Dean Moriarty can do it. It's not going to happen for him. It's going to be second place for Moriarty. Kyle Croxall wins the first Ice Cross Downhill World Championship event of the season here at the Red Bull Crashed Ice St. Paul. Dean Moriarty in second place, and Dan Whitty third place. He gets a podium spot, and unfortunately for the American fans here in St. Paul, the local boy Cameron Naas, he is not on the podium but fourth place. Dean Moriarty is that guy that we're going to see on the podium a lot more this season, so keep a close eye on him.
Kyle Croxall was able to cut the track off. Nobody else could get by him.
Yeah, and he is such a big boy, such a strong skater, and we always say this, his gliding ability is amazing, but we never really got a chance to see him skate.
Look at the power of Kyle Croxall as he just comes through that long skating section, and that's one of the most difficult ones. It takes everything out of these guys' legs. He goes through those rollers and does a great job getting over the wave bridge. Then he comes in and makes that jump. This is one he just didn't have to fall, so he took it easy coming over here, kept his feet about him. Dean Moriarty got a little more air than normal, and he stayed up top. And
but I like that. I like the fact that Dean Moriarty tried everything he could to try and generate a little bit more speed to try and catch up with Kyle Croxall.
The podium in St. Paul. Newcomer Dan Whitty in third place. Dean Moriarty in second. And Kyle Croxall with an unexpected comeback, taking the first victory of the year.
I can't believe it happened. I mean, I had such a rough season last year. I trained all off-season to get these legs going again and my mind back in it, and I got my hat trick of 3 wins here in St. Paul tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, it was a good race. Kyle took a clean line on the inside and caught me there. But second place is a good start for the Red Bull Crash Ice Series.